Hi everyone, welcome to Let's Do English. Hope you're all doing great. If you're new here or if you've been here a few times and haven't yet subscribed, consider taking a moment to subscribe, like, and share. It would be the best way to show your support as well as be instrumental in helping grow this channel. I am absolutely thrilled to be a part of your IELTS journey. Let's get into the video. Reading is one of the most difficult modules in IELTS. This is because the passages can be quite complex. You will need to practice enough to get a firm grip on how the reading module works if you're looking for a high band score. Here is how the IELTS Academic is different from the IELTS General Training. In the IELTS Academic, the passages are more complex than those in the IELTS General Training. Let us now look at the structure of the IELTS reading module. There are three passages with 40 questions in total. Each question carries 1 point. The best part is there is no negative marking, so make sure not to leave out any questions. Pay attention to the instructions. If you're asked to write no more than one word, you should strictly adhere to the word limit. If you add an article or a preposition to the word, it would be counted as two words. Here is how the band score is calculated for the IELTS Academic and the IELTS General Training. While IELTS Academic would require 30 to 32 points for a band score of 7, one would need to score between 34 to 35 points to be at the same level in the case of IELTS General Training. Once you understand the pattern and how to tackle these passages, it becomes easier. Here are a few things to take into consideration when it comes to the reading module. There are multiple question types that you will encounter during the reading section of the test. You will have to learn the type of questions where answers come in order and where they do not. Knowing this tip can save you a lot of time and effort. Let us look at the type of questions where the answers come in order. Sentence completion, summary completion, true, false, not given, yes, no, not given, multiple choice questions, flowchart and table completion, matching sentence endings, and short answer questions. Now let's look at the question types where answers do not come in order. Matching paragraph headings, matching paragraph information, and matching names with information. There are a few things that you must get acquainted with when it comes to the reading module. Practice reading faster than your normal reading speed. You will find the passages to be quite lengthy. Here are two reading techniques that you must familiarize yourselves with. They are skimming and scanning. Skimming is a reading strategy where one reads very quickly to get a general idea. The reading speed is 700 words or more per minute. Scanning is another reading technique that is used to find specific information. The reading speed is around 200 words or more per minute. Here is a very useful tip. Group 3 to 4 words when reading. This will help with increasing your reading speed. Another key point that you must consider is learning synonyms. A synonym is a word that is closest in meaning to another word. The reading module becomes easier when you understand synonyms that correspond to a particular keyword. Let us look at the word boost. It means to help, to increase, or improve. Here are the list of synonyms for boost: uplift, increase, augment, amplify, foster, enhance, and so on. Now let's look at a sentence example. These measures can boost the economy to a great extent. Here is a great tip. Every day, make a list of at least 10 regular words. Against each of these words, write the corresponding synonyms. You should make a list of at least 5 synonyms. If you cannot think of synonyms for a particular word, Google the word and you will be amazed by the number of synonyms that correspond to a particular word. Here is a second tip. When reading a book, text, or material of any kind, make it a habit to look for synonyms for a set of 10 to 15 words within the text. I would like to explore a few question types with you. Let us look at a true, false, not given question type. Let us read the statement. Rains are essential for crops to grow well. We had very scant rainfall this season. The option that you have to mark as true, false, not given is there was hardly any rain this season. True would mean that the option matches the statement. False would mean that the option contradicts the statement. Not given means that the passage does not mention any information contained in the option. Let us explore the meaning here. Scant means very little or something that is not in sufficient quantity. The statement says, we had very scant rainfall this season, which means that we had very little rainfall. So the option, there was hardly any rain, is true. Let us look at another question type, which is MCQ or the multiple choice questions. Let us read the paragraph here. Television has revolutionized the way people spend their free time. While it is a great way to entertain and learn, watching too much of it can cause health hazards and poor grades, among many other things. Here are the options. Television is the most effective way to keep kids busy. Second option would be television has a lot of very interesting programs. The last and final option would be poor grades can also be a result of watching too much television. Let us look at the first option. Television is the most effective way to keep kids busy. The passage does not talk anywhere about ways to keep kids busy, so we can safely cross out this option. It is important to keep in mind not to draw inferences based on our knowledge or experience. We need to just focus on the passage. The second option, television has a lot of very interesting programs. The passage again does not mention the type of programs. Let's cross out this option as well. Now let's go to the last option. Poor grades can also be a result of watching too much TV. We know this is true because the passage also talks about health hazards as well as falling grades or poor grades. So our answer is C. I get a lot of requests asking how to go about solving the matching paragraph headings question type. Here are a few steps. Begin with the smallest paragraph. Find out the gist of the paragraph. Secondly, underline the keywords in each of these options. Read the different options and see if the paragraph is a close match. You might also need to look at synonyms that match the keywords. And most importantly, you'll have to match the meaning of the heading to that of the paragraph. And if it does, you've arrived at your answer. Move on to the next, slightly longer paragraph. Follow the same procedure. Here is an important tip. Cross out the headings that you already have the answers to so that you have just a few options to work with. Here is an important information that you should take note of. After each section, make sure to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. You shouldn't wait to do this until the last minute. We are here at the end of our video. Hope this video was helpful in gaining an understanding of how to tackle the reading module. If you are an IELTS aspirant, I invite you to be a part of my Facebook group, IELTS Global Aspirants. We do essay reviews, mock speaking tests, and also share a ton of great information related to IELTS. Let me know if there was a tip that you found very useful. Comment below, I would love to hear from you. I look forward to seeing you with another great video.